Today, think you're retiring at 65? Find out why working to save Social Security could just leave you working. Jack Welch with insight and analysis. Today, don't miss the #1 business block. The Cost of Freedom starts at 10 a.m. Fox News Channel, the most powerful name in news. This Memorial Day weekend, breaking news, live coverage, hot topics, and news as it happens around the globe and on the Beltway. We're live this Memorial Day weekend. Tonight, it's the Beltway Boys at 6, followed by Fox News Watch at 6:30.
The Cost of Freedom begins now. This is Bulls and Bears. A big summer rally. Will stocks get hotter? Wall Street already starting to celebrate, but one of our Bulls and Bears says get in now or you'll miss out on the really big move. And watch the American Idol finale? Millions did. But if you want to make millions, tune into the Stock Idol. Names that even Simon will give a standing ovation. All that, plus a housing prediction that's great for, well, you just got to hear it. Trust me. Bulls and Bears, right now. Hi, everyone. I'm Brenda Butner. This is Bulls and Bears. Will we get a huge summer rally? Let's find out in the trading pit. Here they are, the Bulls and Bears this week. Gary B. Smith, Tobin Smith, Pat Dorsey, Scott Blyer, along with Chris Russo. Welcome to everyone. Well, this weekend we've got, what is it, the unofficial, official, traditional start of summer. But, Toby, on Wall Street, is this the start of a summer rally?
It is, and I think we could probably go 11,500 from here. I mean, listen, as soon as Pfizer, people figure out that the Viagra issue with Pfizer's not an issue, we're going to have the Viagra market. It's going to be...
The Dow went up even though that Dow stock was down.
Absolutely. So I think you're going to see what's happened is that people sold out. They sold out too early. They priced in a horrible earnings environment. We don't have a horrible environment. That's what happened.
No, and that's true. There's a lot, Chris, actually, to make stocks go up. Earnings growth is strong. Personal spending is strong, personal income as well. Inflation's tame.
This is the summer rally, and everybody's talking about a summer rally, and this is your opportunity, in my opinion, to lighten up. Only 3 weeks ago, we were at Dow 10,000, and people started shorting the market. We are now in a no-news environment. When we're in an environment like that, you see the big boys starting to buy stocks.
What do you mean no news?
There's just really nothing going out. Earnings are done. There's nothing special going on. Everyone knows what the Fed's going to do. There's nothing going on right now. So what happens is the big boys buy stock. They inflate the price, and two things happen. The people that were short at 10,000 start to get nervous, and they buy. Yeah. They get out. And the people that are on the sidelines thinking they're going to miss a rally get in. I think we have a top somewhere around 10.8. That time the money starts to dry up. I think we head down sharply. I think we're down 1,000 points. So you sell at that point, then? I think we come down 1,000 points by midsummer. We're at 95 to 9,800.
Wow.
Chris, okay. What are you smoking?
Gary B. Chris makes a good point, because actually we have been enjoying a rally. In fact, in the month of May, the NASDAQ has been up 8%. The question is, where is it going? And we know you can tell us that.
Yeah, absolutely. Specifics, times, dates, everything, Brenda. I agree with Chris. I think maybe it's El Nino or something, but I think the summer rally, if you will, as Chris put, has already started. And we'll take a look here at the NASDAQ chart to see exactly what we're talking about. You know, Toby and Chris were talking about the Dow, but here the NASDAQ has been up almost 8% in the last month or so, and it almost straight up without a pause. We have a ton of resistance at about 2,100. That's where I see the real selling start to come in. Look, who knows what's going to happen at that point? I think we're going to probably stall at that point. If we bust over it, then probably the 05 highs at that point. But I'm not as sanguine as Toby is saying now. You know, now the bull market's here. I think, you know, we got another little bit on the NASDAQ, maybe 50 points or so, and then I'd probably start to sell a little bit and then see what happens.
Okay, Scott, what about you? You like this market? You're putting money in, you're taking money out?
Doing a little of both, but I agree with one half of what Chris said. I think the summer rally's already started. Look, Intel before Friday was up 20 days in a row. When was the last time a big cap NASDAQ stock was up that much over that period of time? But what I think is going to happen during the course of the summer is we're going to hit the resistance that Gary B talked about, but I think we're going to slog through that resistance, stay up near the top of the range, work our way through, and then we're going to break out late in the summer because there's going to be good earnings.
Wait, the end of the trading range?
I'm not
Not
yet.
I'm ready to do a Fox News alert. All right. Toby, what stops this? What puts the brakes on this, if anything? What are you looking
Well,
for?
I think Gary sort of makes an interesting point. All the technicians and all the hedge funds out there are technicians, let's face it, get to this point of resistance, and they're going to say, oh, gosh, I want to take profits. But I think what really only stops is if the Fed came out and said, no, we're going to raise, for the next 2006. I think what's going to happen.
Well, that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. I think the Fed is going to come out and they're going to say, listen, our staggered little growth is going to go through November. I think they're going to tell us when they're going to stop. And then people are going to say, what am I going to buy a bond now? They're incredibly expensive. Bonds versus stocks.
And the market
But you know what? But Gary B, it's not just stocks versus bonds, right? A lot of people are putting their money in the real estate. A lot of them are keeping it in cash.
Absolutely. In fact, later in the show, Brenda, good tease, we're going to look at some real estate stocks to see what they're doing.
Did you call Brenda a tease?
Getting back to Toby's point, Toby, I wish it was us lowly little technicians that had control of this market. But I'll tell you what, I see the big institutions, they'll want to start to take profits as they move back into the black, in fact, further up into the black at just about that 2,100 level. I don't know what that equates to on the Dow, probably another 1,000 points or so. They're going to want to start to lock in gains before what they think is probably the inevitable summer meltdown until the fourth quarter.
Okay, you know what I like to do is get everybody's input and then go to Pat.
Well, see, I was waiting for the news alert about the end of the trading range. That's what I was
kind of... Well, you tell these guys why they're wrong, then.
Well, I mean, as much as it pains me, I actually agree with my chartist colleague, Mr. Smith out there, in that there isn't much of a summer rally that's going to continue. I mean, we are up quite a bit from the lows on the NASDAQ. And earnings growth is solid, but it's slowing from last year. And the economic environment, it's good, but it's not fabulous. And as Chris pointed out, it's kind of a no-news environment. Yeah, there's a few good stocks out there, but I don't see us powering up through the summer.
Oh, Pat.
So you got agreement from Pat there.
Yeah.
You think
I agree with Pat 100%. I mean, this market is going on. It's weird. You see, the young guys today are bearish, and the older guys over here are bullish.
Well, what are you saying?
Listen, when Dorsey and Gary B are both on the same side, can we stop the show now so I can go buy some stocks? I can't stand it.
You are buying stocks.
Well, I'm buying stocks, but I tell you, if you first we had this wipeout in energy like 3 weeks ago. We got a bunch of energy stocks that are up 20% off at that time. Those were the hedge funds bailing out. If Gary could be right, it certainly could be right to listen, everybody's going to bail out once we get to the top of the range. But they're going to have to bail out into, if they give us another shot at great stocks, I'll be there buying them again.
Listen, Brenda, a lot of people sold a lot of stocks leading up into May.
Yeah.
They sold a ton of stocks. They sold all kinds of stocks. The market's sold out. That's why it's lifted so strongly during the month. I think the summer is going to continue to see a strong lift.
Okay, Gary B.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to know, am I the young guy or the old guy? That will help me for the rest of the show.
Look in the monitor, Gary.
You're an old guy. You're an old guy.
We can't hear you. What's going on there? I lost my IFB suddenly.
Hello, how are you?
So, Scott, we keep going. I mean, I'm so unusual to see you as the bull.
I think we're going to keep knocking our head in the top resistance, and I think we're going to break out. And I think that this year has been so opposite. The beginning of the year has been poor, when historically it's good. I think we're going to have a good summer, and into the September, October months that are usually bad, I think we're going to power.
Buy in May and make hay. That's the new line.
You know, the Dow, the NASDAQ, they're all still off for the year. There are bargains out there you must be finding.
There are, and I was just laughing at the make hay comment, actually. No, it's good, Tobe. No, there are bargains out there, and I mean, there are a lot of wonderful, solid, big cap companies that have been overlooked. Fifth Third, Novartis, Diageo, a lot of wonderful companies that can be the core of your portfolio that are still cheap. But is the market overall cheap, and are there a ton of bargains out there? In my opinion, no.
All right, that is the last word. There we go. And did you own any of those, Pat, that you just mentioned?
Never heard of them before.
I did not.
Okay, all right, that's the last word for the trading tip. But up next, summer rally stocks. The name's ready to get red hot. And straight from the chart man when we return.
Trading Tip is brought to you by the Northwestern Mutual Financial Network.
There are two things we'd like you to help us with. Anna and I retired by 60, and the family is taken care of, no matter what.
You're definitely on the right track. I looked at the plan we laid out.
There are times in life when you could really use expert financial advice. For more than 145 years, Northwestern Mutual and its products have quietly earned a most enviable reputation. Isn't it time you had a quiet conversation of your own? Northwestern Mutual Financial Network, the quiet company.
ArcaX, the world's largest fully electronic stock exchange.
Sharp multifunction products transform the office by adding enhanced color to your documents. Then Sharp technology doubled your productivity by scanning two-sided documents in a single pass. Now Sharp's Data Security Kit is transforming the office again by preventing unauthorized access to information while keeping sensitive digital documents from falling into the wrong hands. The Sharp Digital Imager Series, all the productivity you want, all the document security you need.
So 7th inning stretch, game tied at 6, back after this.
Good afternoon. How can I help you?
I have a question about my account. I also have some checks to deposit.
No problem. I can help you with both of those.
Really?
What's your question?
Can I transfer?
At Bank of America, our managers are there for you, offering solutions
Thank you.
to make your banking easier.
We're back here in the bottom of the 7th, and the first pitch.
Bank of America, higher standards.
A wave of car bombings across Iraq. Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Hopkins. At least 23 Iraqis have been killed in the past day in the latest series of terror attacks. 3 civilians were killed when a car bomb was detonated in the town of Tikrit. The terrorists were apparently targeting an Iraqi police patrol. 6 policemen were among the 24 people wounded. A standoff on an 18-story construction crane in Atlanta has come to an end. Carl Rowland came down peacefully after 56 hours. He's wanted in the death of a former girlfriend in Florida whose body was discovered on Tuesday. Cops say Rowland apparently got thirsty. He had refused any food or water during the standoff. The King of Saudi Arabia is said to be in stable condition after being hospitalized for pneumonia. King Fahd had to have water drained from his lungs, according to a statement from the Saudi royal family. And the Bush administration wants to be allowed to make internet providers turn over information about their customers as part of the war on terror. Last year, a judge ruled the feds could not search communication records, saying the law which allowed them was flawed. The administration is asking an appeals court to overturn that ruling. And this could be a very profitable holiday weekend for some lucky lottery players. That's because the Powerball jackpot has now ballooned to a whopping $215 million. The drawing for that jackpot is tonight, and folks across the country are lining up for tickets. Powerball is played in 27 states, as well as Washington, D.C., and the U.S. Virgin Islands. And a team of 4 rowers set out from New Jersey to break a century-plus-old world record. They're trying to cross the Atlantic Ocean all by themselves. Take a look at that. But they have to do it in less than 55 days. That voyage is about 3,500 nautical miles. The record was set back in 1896 by 2 oyster fishermen from Norway. Good luck to them. That's a look at the headlines. I'm Paige Hopkins. I'll see you at the bottom of the hour. Bulls and Bears with Brenda Butner returns right now.
So what stocks are set for a summer rally? Let's ask the chart man. And Gary B. and Chris are back. Each picked stocks that he says are ready to get red hot this summer. Gary, you're first. What do you like?
First one, Brenda, is Family Dollar, FDO. I will disclose that I am long. That means I own the stock. So obviously I'm going to tell a good story, and we'll tell that story in just a second. Look, the stock had been ugly. But you know what? When it's at kind of the tail end of ugly, you see this high volume day where the arrow there kind of sells off. That means all the sellers are flushed out. Since then, the stock has risen. Now, in the past week or so, it's moved sideways. I think it's in an ideal buying position right when it closes that downtrend line. Then I think that would be about $27. Then I think the stock is going to have one heck of a great summer.
It's about 25 and change. Gary, when is the last time you bought anything for $1? That's like chump change to you, right?
Inflation adjusted.
Okay.
That's their thing now.
All right, Chris, is Family Dollar a bargain? What do you think?
I tell you what, Gary, I typically agree with you around 90% of the time. When I saw the chart on this one, I was thinking short. I'm thinking this stock is going to be worth $1, let alone going on the long side here. I'm a little surprised on you on this one.
Well, we had that blow-off low, Chris. See, when you get that other 10%, then you'll be able to identify stuff like that.
All right.
All right. Chris, what's ready for a rally?
I like a company right now by the name of LifePoint Hospitals. As a retail broker, I deal with doctors throughout the country, and I can tell you that the price of health care is going higher. And the doctors aren't making the money. It's the insurance company and the hospitals. It's boring as heck, but this company is a bull. I like it. I think the company continues to go higher.
In fact, you like it so much you own it, right?
I own it, absolutely.
Okay, Gary, you like LifePoint, or is it flatlined here?
Well, let me tell you something, son. In my years of experience. No, it's got a flat line, Brenda. We'll take a quick look at the LifePoint chart. This stock is just moving sideways. It's not a bad pick. It'd be kind of like a Family Dollar. If it closed above the $45 area, that's fine. But this is one that could easily go lower, unlike Family Dollar. I think this is kind of a coin toss. If it breaks, then Chris is right. But right now, we don't know, so I think it's one you want to stay away from.
All right, Chris, what else is going to sizzle? What do you like?
I hope we can agree on something today. I mean, we're usually on the same page. I also like a company by the name of WCI Communities. They're basically home builders in the Florida area. They focus right now on pre-retirees and retirees. So it all comes down to location, location, location. We could see a real estate bubble here, but I still believe that this is one to own.
All right, Gary, sizzle or fizzle?
Well, first of all, I'm looking at a WCI property, so I guess I fit conveniently into his retiree area there. But this is really a great chart because this actually broke the downtrend line. It's the exact thing we're looking for with Family Dollar. It has just moved sideways in the last couple, maybe the last week or so. I think Chris is dead on this. I think now is the time to buy. I think this stock scoots up to the mid-30s. It'd be a nice little gain right there. It speaks well of the real estate stuff, too.
Well, real estate and Florida, those are supposed to be the two places to avoid, but...
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, the chart is saying you got to get in at least for a little bit right now.
All right. Thanks, guys. All right, so if you've been asleep for the past week, you should know that the new American Idol has been crowned. She's making big bucks, but how can you? Easy. The Bulls and Bears Stock Idol. The stock takes center stage next.
Did you miss something from today's Cost of Freedom business block? Log on to foxnews.com/freedom. Recaps for each show are posted Mondays at 12 p.m. Eastern.
To the memory of all the patriotic men and women who answered their country's call to service, their inspiring contribution helps preserve freedom for all Americans.
This is Phil. He's had 2 careers, 10 jobs, not counting his acting stint, 5 different homes, 7 mortgages, 2 marriages, 4 kids, 8 grandkids and counting, 6 dogs, and 1 nagging desire to someday sail across the Atlantic. Reaching retirement is no small achievement. We'll help you make the most of it and make it easier. Introducing the Income Management Account only from Fidelity. Call today for a free consultation at 1-800-FIDELITY.
With Sprint, you don't have to go to work to get to work. Your employees are mobile and productive, with the applications and the data they need right at their fingertips, wirelessly and securely. And only Sprint offers complete managed wireless solutions that help save time and money. With Sprint, wireless is powerful, productive, beautiful. Detailed case studies at sprint.com.
The great ones elevate their performance. On the biggest stages, with the highest stakes. They're able to summon something extra, and by sheer will, produce wonders. As a global energy leader, expect big things from ConocoPhillips, and watch our performance elevate.
Hey, Mr. Randall.
I gotta get out of that back room.
Spending too much time on paperwork? Then get the Visa Business Card. And forget about checks and sorting charges from your personal card because all your expenses are detailed on one statement. Visa Business. Just about everything you need to run a better business.
Coming up.
Carrie Underwood!
She's the American Idol, but who will be crowned the Stock Idol? The Bulls and Bears sing praises for their favorite stocks, and our Simon picks the winner in 60 seconds.
How would you like the power to change from this to this, or from that to that? Well, now you can with our best-selling Fitness Made Simple videos, hosted by fitness celebrity John Bastow.
Fitness Made Simple gives you the power to change. The power to change your body, the power to change your life.
Fitness Made Simple gave Mark the power.
I'm confident with the way that I look, and the energy that I have is extraordinary.
It's not a lot of hype, it's not Hollywood, it really works.
Join the thousands of men and women who are changing their bodies and lives. Order our Power Package today and get the original Fitness Made Simple workout and nutrition video, plus AM/PM workouts, John's popular morning and evening exercise video for busy people of all fitness levels.
Each workout's only 10 to 15 minutes long, and you can do them all right at home.
The tapes are real and they work. The results I've gained, I simply can't put a price on.
Sold separately, each video costs $29.95, but now you can get our Power Package for only $29.95. That's 2 videos for the price of 1. Call now or order online at fitnessmadesimple.com.
Fitness Made Simple, bringing real results to real people.
The new American Idol. Carrie, everybody knows that. But who will be your stock idol? That answer's in the stock exchange. And facing off, Gary Kaltbaum joins us along with Toby and Scott and Pat. Our own Simon. Let's take a look at the resemblance. Well, he's here to judge. All right. Gary K., give it your all. What's going to rock the crowd?
All right, now be nice, Pat. Look, I'm going with Tesoro Petroleum. I think oils are still in play. Not all of them, but this is a strong name that didn't even pull back when oils got hit. Insiders are buying at the highs, and I think it's going higher from here.
You know, I really like the long hair look, as everybody knows, but no comment. All right. Simon, I mean, Pat, is it hitting all the right notes there?
Gary, I will recommend this stock when your hair is as long as Bo's. I mean, I think the heat has addled your brain a little bit. Oh, Lordy. No, refining is an incredibly cyclical industry where the peak to trough is measured in months, not years. And I think that this is an incredibly risky stock here at 40-odd bucks a share. I would not buy it.
All right. Toby, you take the stage now.
Do I get to sing this thing?
If you'd like to.
Please don't. I'm buying Cree. Listen.
We do care about ratings here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
All right, now look, what you're looking for an idol stock is you're looking for something that's transforming the world. And if you look at what's happening in light, if we replace all of the incandescent bulbs in the United States, we'd lower our energy bill by 29%. And that is coming from Cree. They own the intellectual property behind this. They just had a huge order from Japan this week. This is a company that literally can be worth $60 when the white light LED wave hits.
And they had a big day on Thursday, Pat, but what do you think about this?
I think Toby's not totally off key, but he's a little flat on this one. Oh, I know. Seriously, I mean...
I think you were constipated here. Look at that.
Ow. Demand for LEDs is increasing a lot. They're used in cell phones. They're going to be used probably to replace incandescents in a while.
Yes,
the trick is that there are a lot of companies besides Cree making this stuff, especially low-cost Chinese competition that's rapidly moving upscale, up the complexity chain. So I think the competition is coming in. That's going to hurt Cree's margins. I wouldn't buy it.
Untrue.
Yeah, well, you don't get to argue with Simon. You get to argue with Paula, but that's it. All right, Scott, what's going to outperform all the others?
I choose an ugly underdog called Selectron. This is a company that makes boxes for everybody. Is Lucent, oh, that's cute. Is Lucent doing better? Is Cisco doing better? If they are doing better, then you've got to buy Selectron. Their balance sheet is better now at $3.50 than this time last year when it was $6. Yeah. The stock is worth $5 over the next 6 months.
And you own it.
We own it and recommend it.
All right, Pat, are we going to have an American stock idol?
Finally, someone with talent on this show. No, really. Scott's hitting all the right notes here. I mean, these guys are restructured very nicely under a new management team. Demand is improving. I think margins are going up, although it's a very low margin industry. Yeah. And at 5 times cash flow, I think this thing's not going a whole lot lower. Right. 350, I think you got 30–40% upside, but it gets over $5, get out. This is not a long-term hold.
All right.
Thank you, Simon.
Thank you, guys. You're all
my love, Scott. All my love.
You're all American idols to us, but well, really should have won.
Cree.
Thank you, missed the housing boom. No way. Someone here says homes are cheap. Wait until you see where he thinks they're heading. Predictions are next. But first, Neil Cavuto. Hey, Neil.
Hey, Brenda. Jack Welch joins our crew, and he's got a lot on his mind, from a very controversial plan to fix Social Security to that sizzling real estate boom and the big tax breaks he says we are all going to get. There is never a dull moment when Jack's around. See you in just a few minutes. More Bulls and Bears right after this.
largest fully electronic stock exchange.
Can you design electrical systems for the world's largest ocean liner? How about engineering an electric car to challenge the land speed record? Can you measure the ozone layer from a satellite? Or perfectly pack millions of chocolates every day? Can you help provide reliable power to a bustling city? Who comes up with these kinds of questions? Just our average everyday customer around here. Welcome to the world of ABB.
To help your business succeed, at UBS, we give you all the resources you'd expect of one of the world's most highly awarded global investment banks. But to understand what your business really needs, we bring something more to the table. We work with you, like it's the world's most powerful two-person financial firm. You and us, UBS.
Is up to you. There's one airline that can take you there. United. It's time to fly.
Predictions. Scott, you are up first.
There's so much anxiety about people making money in real estate.
Yeah.
Stop worrying. Interest rates are going to stay low. There's a tremendous demographic trend that is in force. It's not over yet. As long as rates stay low, housing has a long way to go.
But you were the guy who said we had a bubble.
I thought we did, but we don't.
Oh, okay.
All right, Gary K., what do you think of that?
I agree with Scott, but I think we're in early 1999 for internet. Do not be the last one in, because
of
when
course
it stops,
it
it
always
is going to stop bad.
Not necessarily.
It's still tough.
Gary B., your prediction.
Well, I tell you what, Brenda, we've heard a lot about energy stocks. I think now's the time to sell. What? I think they have topped out. You can sell stuff like Valero, VLO, Duke Energy, and I'll tell you what, here's how I know. Because Warren Buffett is buying energy. He has bought at the top. The man has lost his curveball. Even worse, Toby likes energy, and the sad thing is, he never had a curveball.
You know what, Pat, your American Idol, Warren Buffett, does like energy, do you?
Utilities. And there are some people in. But I agree that Valero, the refiners, forget about it.
Okay, and Toby?
Listen, I like the whole. Is you want my prediction? Or you
No, I want you to say, do you like Valero? Because you loved it for so long.
I think that Gary is like, ran out of gas on the freeway this week or something. That's why he's anti-energy.
Okay, all right. Chris, your prediction.
I'll tell you what, oil made a big run the first quarter of the year. We've digested that move, nice pullback. I think oil continues to go higher going into the summer. ExxonMobil, the biggest and the best, up 15%.
Now this man knows what he's talking about, Brent.
Gary B., what do you think? Is oil going up or down?
He has so much to learn. I think it's going to bounce around before it goes even lower. That's why I don't like the energy industry.
He could go 50 years and still not be as old as you, Gary.
Gary K., your prediction, what's going to happen?
Nobody has ever accused me of being a bottom feeder, but I like American International Group here. Elliot Spitzer, the Attorney General, was a wuss and came out with civil charges, which is just a little fine and censure instead of criminal. And I think the stock is sold out on the downside 15 to 20% in the next 90 days.
It has been going up the last couple of days. Pat, what do you think of that?
Gary K., that's music to my ears, that recommendation. This is your chance to buy a wonderful firm at 13 times earnings. Great stock. Buy it here.
You never know when the headlines are going to end on that one, though. Right. There's been scandal after scandal.
That's why it's cheap. That's the chance you're getting.
Okay, Pat, your prediction.
Blue Nile. These guys are dominating. I'm ready to be an internet stock here, gang. Online engagement rings. 17% free cash flow margins. These guys are as efficient as Dell. They have a negative working capital, which means they get paid before they have to pay anybody else. It's a fantastic company growing very quickly. And at 15 times free cash flow, it's not too badly priced.
Scott, you like it?
Well, obviously, Pat has been buying his wife some presents on the internet.
Nothing wrong with that.
But this stock, Pat, is going nowhere. It's one of the laggards of the group.
Of presents for wives. All right, Tobin, your prediction.
All right, NS Group, NSS, the ticker symbol. Love it. Why? Because they make this incredible tubes that goes into all the offshore drilling. The more you drill, the more you have to use these tubes. These guys are selling it ridiculously cheap. I say it's up 50%. I don't care what Gary P has to say.
In 5 seconds.
I'll tell you what, I think Toby has lost it, period. It's sad at this point.
So what do you really think? All right.
Love the man.
Up next, Neil Cavuto, Jack Welch. What else do you need? Neil, take it away.